In traditional roles. Forgive me, but man, when I was a little boy, my mama loved Shaka Khan. And when I was a little boy, them in the early 90s, Shaka Khan was fine as hell. Back when she was young. I mean, she's an attractive old lady, actually. So to have her played by Cynthia Erivo doesn't make sense on any level, on any magnitude. But what are your thoughts on this guy that?
On the Shaka Khan comment, or
well, you can just jump in there. What do you think?
So I came in kind of late, so I don't know. I see the title, but I'll just go off the Shaka Khan comment. I mean, I definitely agree with you on that. When you have these icons that are played in these biopics, I mean, obviously the obvious one is Tina Turner and Angela Bassett. That was a perfect match. Not only in Angela Bassett's beauty, but also in her acting ability and her ability to portray Tina on all sorts of levels, as a black woman, as a black singer, as a black diva, and everything. And then you fast forward and you got Cynthia Erivo playing. Was it Aretha Franklin? Right? Was that what she was supposed to do, or she was supposed to do? I know she did.
She was playing Aretha. She's trying to play anything
that's
Americana.
Right.
Even Harriet Tubman. They had her.
Yeah, I know she did Harriet. Right.
The roller skating. She was the host of a roller skating. Everything that's Americana. They're trying to plant this foreigner on top of it.
Well, who was the lady that did the Whitney Houston? I think she was British. I don't know where her lineage was, but I believe she was British, and she played in the Whitney Houston biopic.
I think she's Caribbean.
Yeah. I mean, you could look at her, even like her teeth. I don't know what is up. I mean, and kind of going off track, but I don't know what's up with British people and their teeth. I can spot a British person from a mile away. All I have to do is look at their teeth. But
even the rich ones got fucked up.
Yes.
Do all of them.
They have that buck teeth. Well, I don't know what's going on with that, but
even the immigrants, though, that doesn't even make sense. Over there.
I was just about to go there because the Whitney Houston lady, or excuse me, the lady who was trying to play Whitney Houston horribly, she had that. She had that with her teeth. And so I noticed that immediately, and it sounded horribly. But to go back on it, I mean, yeah, you're choosing these low rent, but these aren't even Temu versions of these icons. These are below Temu versions. Like, you could get a German Shepherd would do a better job of playing. You know what I mean? A damn German Shepherd would do a damn better job. Like, where are you getting these people from the bowels of Mordo? For all my Lord of the Ring fans out there. But
that's Mordor. Thank you.
Oh, my bad. Okay, my bad. You got me. Return of the King out here. But yeah, yeah, it's just crazy, and it's the low budget, and it literally makes no sense. And obviously these are the results of it. These projects don't do well. I'll land there.
Yeah, great point. You had a quick comment, Dr. Ward?
No, sir.
Oh, I thought I saw your hand. Go ahead. I think it was Capone and then Different. Go ahead, Capone.
Oh, right on, Professor. Go ahead, Different. You got it, brother. You got it.
I just wanted to say real quick, is that bitch look like a fucking Chinese rat? That's why. That bitch look like, man, bro, that bitch ugly as fuck, bro. Like, that's all I wanted to say. That bitch is ugly as fuck. I don't know why they keep throwing it in. That bitch is uglier than sin.
No, she looked like one of the aliens from the movie Alien Actual.
She look worse
with lipstick.
She look worse
and then the dude from Minnesota, Sister Wani, the dude from Minnesota,
like some shit off
he used to play the alien Roger on American Dad, and he got into politics.
Oh man,
that was the alien from American Dad.
Oh man, you gonna go Roger out like that?
Yeah, that's the alien from American Dad. He jumped off the TV screen and went to politics.
Operation. That bitch look worse than he do.
Boy, I don't know how the hell his mother birthed him out. I think he had a C-section at birth. That goddamn head.
Like I said, this what she looked like some shit off the Hill Have Eyes, bro. Like
I don't know how the hell whoever pushed him out, that is a miracle from the Lord above. I don't know.
Back in.
Man, but to the topic, what is the FBA effect? As you know, the FBA effect has been happening.
That bitch
and it's been gradually happening.
Good day.
And I love it. Thanks to all my beautiful sisters and my beautiful black sisters keeping their edges and letting these people know that we will not tolerate no disrespect towards the lineage. Salute to you sisters. And to you brothers who are being the vanguard of the lineage, as myself and Professor and everybody else. Salute to y'all. This FBA effect in protecting our lineage is something that must be done continuously. This is an ongoing battle to combat our erasure. And with that being said, this iota that we fight over, shout out to the great Dr. Claude Anderson. I call him the Black Jesus, the second return of the Lord. With his instructions, that is my Bible, they are coming for our iota. We got to split it between ourselves, but then again, we have these leeches coming for our half of zero. So with that being said, love, peace, reparations, delineation, and deportation. Professor, thanks for letting me speak. Sister Wani, love you, good seeing you. And how you doing, Queen Kush?
Love it, bro. Appreciate you.
Hey, Capone.
We're working as a group together, so there's no gender division on this. I think we all agree that we're going to defend the lineage together in our own unique ways. And we do have an effect. People kept saying, you don't have any power. You can't do this. You can't do that. We have white people checking each other's lineage. We have white people calling each other out. Everything we do, just remember that. Everything we do, people are going to mimic it. I don't know why. We haven't even, the professor and I and Kush have not worked out why we are mimicked so hard. It's like living with a bunch of parrots. Just whatever we get into, they're going to know about it. It's like somebody's looking at us like we're cutting edge. Like, let's just see what they're talking about. And we'll hear our talking points mimicked. And I love it. You copy off of anything I say. Repeat what I say. Copy what I'm talking about. Because I've seen it.
Well, Sister Wani, I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's more like the cuttlefish effect. If it's a dominant cuttlefish, it'll show its colors to the other cuttlefish, to get what it wants around mating. If not, it'll mimic the tough ones and mimic the colors of the other ones until it mates. So I think that's what it's doing. It's a sense of survival for everybody who's not us. And sorry for interrupting you again, Sister Wani.
That's okay. That's interesting. I didn't think about it that way. But it's a very interesting effect that we have. And they try to fight us. They try to say, you're African, be quiet. And you're not even a good African. They tried to buck up on us. They tried to talk smack. They tried to use their numbers. And ultimately, they don't have a voice. We're the voice. And if we tell them to be quiet, they will be silenced. I was looking at someone earlier today, and they said that we don't see white women talking bad about white men. We don't see this and that. Well, number one, yes, we do. It's called the feminist movement, and they won't stop talking bad about white men. And now they become annoying because they are not interested in women's rights. They're just interested in having a group to just bitch about men in, and all of the women bitching in there are gay. So there is a Trojan horse. So that they do complain about their men all the time, and they make all kinds of nasty statements about men. Like they had a guy walking through town, and he said, "Do you need men?" And all the women said, "No, we don't need them for bye." And then they asked the men, "Do you need women?" And they're like, "Yeah." It was so sad because the guy was like on the street asking random people, and all the guys were like, "Yeah, I want a woman, and I want to, get married, and I want to do all these cuddly things." And the women were like, "Nope, not interested at all." Now, one of the other things that we may not know, and I think sometimes people just speak with just using their lack of knowledge on the topic, we'll say, well, you never see Asian women talking bad about Asian men. Well, that's because they don't have a voice. Nobody gives a damn what they're talking about. Who cares what they like? Nobody. And furthermore, they show that they don't like Asian men by dating out so hard. White men are the number one target for Asian women to date. And if they can't get a white man, then they date an Asian. An Asian man is the second choice. Asian men are so kicked to the curb. We don't have to do gender division on them. We don't have to say that they don't talk about their men like dogs. Let me tell you something. They had to make a sex doll for these men to have somebody to curl up to. These women do not want those men. And literally, you can go into all kinds of rooms because I'm nosy, and plus I'm an anthropologist. So it's my job to learn about people and see what makes them tick and stuff like that. It's just a natural curiosity. I listen to what people are saying. These women are forced to be with these men. These foreign women, you see all these mail order brides.
And arranged marriages.
They don't want to be with them. Russian women do not like their men. They call them drunk and impotent. They drink vodka all day. So they are impotent. And the Russian women don't want them. That's why they have Russian mail order brides and other Eastern European women. So now we covered them. We already know that every type of white woman does not like white men, and they prefer other options. But they feel like they need to be with them because they're white, yada, yada, yada. They don't want the smoke. But they really have a lot of complaints about these individuals. Asian women prefer white men or anybody, really. I've seen them with Indian men. I've seen them with everybody. They do not care for the physical appearance and the lack of masculinity of their men. And they have a lot of domestic violence. A lot of them get forced to be with their men. Let me tell you, to the degree that they have to make these women stay, they have to do honor killings on them because they don't want to be with their men. They'll kill you. You want to get over here and marry this man and do what we say, or we will put a bullet in your head. They will kill them. They're doing it all over the UK. Lots of people going to jail for killing their daughters because their daughters don't want anything to do with those women. So, yes, American men in general are pretty much the best men because they're milder. We have a lot of laws against a lot of things that most women have to suffer through, with domestic violence being normalized, and children being brutalized and having it be a part of the culture. We don't have that here. Yes, we have children being brutalized, but it's against the law. The other places have children being brutalized and nobody cares. The other places have rape culture and nobody cares. The other places have domestic violence and nobody cares. So the difference here in America is we do have those issues. Of course, we have rapists, serial killers, people that molest children, and all the rest of it. But it is against the law. Therefore, not as many people participate in it because they don't want to go to jail. So anything else? Black men are talked about like dogs all day because we have a loud voice. The things we say are broadcast more than other groups. It doesn't mean black men are the worst men, because they're not. They're very mild, very swag men in this world. There's nothing wrong with black men. We have, bad men just like everybody else on the planet. Our men are fine. It's just that when our women complain, we have a very loud voice, and Asian women don't. Mexican women don't. None of these other broads have loud voices. So that's why it sounds so broadcast all over the place. Sorry for the rant.
No, it was a good rant. And our voice, going back to a physics standpoint, a lot of...
Who's next?
Uh-oh, y'all can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh.
I can hear you.
Hello?
Oh, Wani can't hear me. Wani, can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Professor?
I hear you on Wani.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell Wani, ask Wani, ask Wani, can she hear me? Somebody.
Wani, can you hear?
Who's next?
Oh, Wani can't hear anybody. I'm going to text her right quick.
Housing, I can't hear anything.
I'm going to text her.
Wani, can you hear Professor? He's going in and out. Wani, you going in and out.
I think I'm going to leave.
Don't leave.
Hold on, I'm texting her. Can't. They messing with the space, of course.
Remember, this happened to me last night. I don't know what's going on.
Ronnie was cooking. They don't like that.
Yeah, she was just going in just now. Not even look at it like that. Pardon me for the interruption, everybody.
No, you're good, bro.
She just went in. I didn't look at it like that. The way Ronnie gave description to that, wow.
Yeah, what Wani, hold on, here she comes. Let me make sure her thing's back, because I'm pretty sure they're fucking with the space, because it was getting a little too good. Wani, can you hear us? Wani, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. All right. Can you hear me now, Wani?
Yes.
Yeah, we were talking. You couldn't hear us, but you had a beautiful rant, and it was very beautiful. But I was gonna say earlier, a gentleman said, I forgot who said it, but somebody was like, a German Shepherd would be more convincing than Cynthia Erivo playing Shaka Khan, and I use AI, and you know what? I'm sorry. Our beautiful sister Shaka Khan, that I'm not implying that she looks like a dog, but in comparison, if you do the analysis, that German Shepherd is more convincing than Cynthia Erivo. Look at the Jumbotron.
These people are not even human to me. Who do they look like? That bug-eyed guy, like who? He looks like he's going to leap up on something.
You know what I don't like? When people talk about foundational Black Americans and our worldwide cultural effect, the phenomenon, because that's really what it is. It's a phenomenon. The ripple, it's like this little dot of water, and then it just ripples like it's nobody else. You cannot speak of any other ethnic group in our impact short of the Kemites. You can't speak of any other group in the way that you can speak of foundational Black Americans. And there are some people who try to discredit our cultural impact worldwide by saying, well, you guys are in America. You guys are in a first world country. You guys have access to this, that, or the third. Well, if that were the case, why are Black British people so damn dry?
Right.
Like the goddamn tea and biscuits and porridge that they're sitting over there eating. They are just as bland and dry. If it was about your first world country and your access to this and that, why aren't the Black British people, whether it's the people that have these, see my air quotes, English roots or European roots, or those who immigrated from Africa and the Caribbean or whatever, why aren't these people getting it popping over there?
Well,
we're not the only first world country.
Kush, this is we're asking some really deep ass shit. Last night in our space, it was brought to my attention something that, my dad's been telling me since I was a kid, and I didn't know how to understand. And what a lot of historians talk about with respect to America being old. Graham Hancock talks about that shit, that America was an advanced civilization run by the Moors. Wani hit on it last night, and my wheels got to turning. I was like, you know what? We don't understand who we are. We don't know who we are. And what I was going to say earlier, and maybe Dr. Ward could speak more to this as a credentialed physicist. A lot of physicists say that everything matter on its basic level is waves. It's not made out of atoms. It's made out of wavelengths. And every time I hear that, I think of sound. And if you look at spirituality and certain elements of quantum physics, everything begins in a wave. Sound travels in a wave. And I'm saying that to say it's something about our originality, our voice, that is an original wavelength. You know what I'm saying? That people have to follow us. They don't, like Wani implied earlier, people don't want to do what we do. Like, I swear they don't. Like, wear
their pants down on their knees. We got them wearing their pants. Look, if I told you some of the little white boys I saw with their pants down on their knees, tripping and couldn't even skateboard properly because they had to be sagging. I'm like, why are you 11 years old looking like Dennis the Menace, sagging on your skateboard, tripping and falling into the streets? But he had to do it, or else he wouldn't be considered a man. Oh, I wanted to say one other thing. And then when we talk about Black women get on this internet, and it's a bunch of Caribbeans and Africans talking about Black men don't like them. No, their men don't like them. And the moment they get away from them, they jump on to anyone else, just like they jump on to white boys. They jump on to anyone because they don't like themselves. We marry each other over 85 to 87% of the time, even if the person makes $100,000 or more. No one wants to talk about that. But just that, the idea that people literally get on there and make up a false narrative that our men are marrying white women. Who's making these narratives up? Because it's not correct. And if any woman should feel unwanted, it should be the Native American woman, because Native American men marry out 50% of the time. Like, they marry somebody else over 50% of the time. That's worse than everybody. But nobody sits there and says, hey, what's wrong with those people? Why can't they hold on to their men? We're holding on to our people harder than any other group. Because like I said, Asian women, if given the opportunity, they would jump away from their men. The only thing holding them together is family pressure. Without the family pressure, like, we don't have family pressure. If I wanted to date whoever, sure, my father would have said, what are you doing with him? My father did not want me to be with a white person. That was clear. And I wasn't interested, so we never had a fight. We never had an argument about that at all. But the point is that was a little bit of family pressure. But it wasn't like he was going to put a bullet in my head if I brought, Chad home. He just would be making faces, sure, grimaces, and he'd get along with the guy because my father was very personable, but he would be looking at me sideways. But he wouldn't kill me. These people are getting killed. They're getting murdered for having on a short sleeve shirt and dressing in Western clothes, or having friends that are not their background, or going on dates. The idea of all of it is just a big mess for them. So we can't compare people that are going to take a bullet in the forehead to anything we're doing. We can't compare people that got married at 9 years old and say that, oh, look at them, they don't get divorced. They're not allowed to get a divorce. Right. How are you going to compare a 9-year-old girl that got traded for a goat, that got married, to an American who can say, you know what, I'd rather do something else, I'm out of here? It's not the same thing. Why do we keep comparing it?
Getting traded for livestock is wild.
Bro, that seems like a joke, but I saw that shit.
No, I know it. I know it happened.
They do it now. It's
the lady who does my hair said that her father would do something like that.
Look, this is not an ancient custom, guys.
Going on right now.
Today, I had a person to brag to me about how they were traded for several oxen. This was a flex from it was like the Southeast African country. I can't remember the one offhand, but I had to look it up. They still do these things. These things are in our minds. It's like, oh, they're not cannibals anymore. Oh, they're not doing it. Oh, they don't do shrunken heads. Yes, they do. They shrink heads in Papua New Guinea today. So don't take your head over there and put it in the wrong places. Okay.
Right. But somehow the news focuses on us, focuses on crime in Chicago, when there are so many black millionaires in Chicago. When was the last time y'all been to Chicago? Chicago is nice. So what the fuck they talking about? All this cherry picking makes me sick. It's an attack on our likeness. And Dr. Amos Wilson implied that it's done because we advance so fast and so aggressively in every human endeavor that the system of white supremacy has to do something just to balance us out. And I think sports shows this better than anything, because in sports you can't fake it. You can only handicap so much. You know, imagine if we had those same parameters in science and in, arts and literature. We would zoom past these people, which I think they're afraid of. I think that their claim to fame is holding on to us and letting us create a reality that they benefit from.
I think that it is one of those uncontrollable reflexes, anti-Black racism against us, because people may have had racist stereotypes about Africans. Okay, go back and watch the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, watch Johnny Quest and whatever. Yeah, they had, the African stereotypes, but anti-Black racism is really against foundational Black Americans. And then it spreads out to all these other people, because you never really hear people talking about anti-Black Brazilian hate, anti-Black Caribbean hate. No, people are coming after foundational Black Americans. And I feel like it's one of those reflexive things, because just like with the Smithsonian Institute, Donald Trump saying, the Smithsonian is too woke, whatever the case may be. The thing is, if Donald Trump and whomever else said, you know what, hey, look at all of these other museums flying these rainbow flags, the illegal migrant pictures that are glorifying coming to the country illegally, all of these different bullet points that they pointed out. Somebody, even if Donald Trump didn't say it, there's going to be somebody on the liberal left. Well, what about the Blacks? What about them? Don't you have something to say about them? Like, people are always looking for a way. If the liberal left is not looking for a way to drag us in, then the conservative right, it's a reflex. Like, these people cannot help themselves but to be anti-Black racists and drag us into things, even when honestly the issue are these other groups of people. They've gone to an extreme with the pronoun politics. They've gone to an extreme with the illegal alien and non-citizen prioritization. They've gone to an extreme, and instead of just focusing on that extreme, but what about Chicago? What about Black on Black crime? What? They can't help themselves at all. I'm convinced it's just a reflex at this point.
Well, questions because they built their whole identity in diametric opposition to us. We are a part of their identity. Their measure against us is their measure of success. Dr. Marimba Ani talks about that in Urugu. Dr. Marimba Ani says the European identity is based off of what it's not what it is. Therefore, the European identity needs somebody that's less than them. I'm paraphrasing.
Black students, we need to know our history.
The Black history we're being taught in public schools is repetitive.
As a Black high school student, I want to learn more about my history in the school books.
We need to update our books.
As Black American students, we deserve an accurate depiction of what Black history truly is.
I want to see myself in these textbooks.
In the public school system, Black history is vague.
Why don't the school books ever talk about the Freedmen's Bureau?
I created the workbook for the African American family. This book helps fill in the gaps that the school books don't. Purchase the workbook for the African American family on OurStoryPublications.com and use the Cash App, $Our Story Publications.